All right, you're getting 2 for 1 today, guys. So I have 2 websites that both deal with story making or book making, and I couldn't choose which one to make as my featured website of the day. So I'm going to show you both of them. The first one is pretty simplistic. It's called mystorybook.com. It looks like this when you first log into it. Teachers, you can create a free account. And actually, I'd recommend you go ahead and do that, and I'll show you why here in a minute. So pretty much students log in and they're going to create a storybook. And as soon as they click this little arrow, they're going to be given a blank storybook and they just start. Okay. So this is very similar to like the Raz Kids writing feature that we also have, but this one is completely online. All right, so they can click in here and change the title if they'd like to change the title of their storybook. Just highlight it and change the title. All right, they can change the color, the sizing, all of that, just like they could anywhere else. And maybe they want to add a background, so we would go to the scene, and maybe they're gonna do something outdoors. And I clicked on it. So here's the cover of the book. And then the next page, maybe they're going to add a character. And here's their character. They can change the color of the skin, hair, eyes, the body, everything. They can customize their own character. All right, and then they could add text then to their story. So this is where they could say, here is the main character named Lucy. Okay. She lives in a forest. All right. You kind of get the idea. This is not the very greatest beginning to my story, but you kind of see how they would do that. They would add it to their story. They can then, again, change the text, change the color, give it a background. If they want to add pages, they would just keep adding pages to it. All right, so what do they do from here? So my recommendation is, because they can't print off their story, so how do they share it, or how do you see it? This is where I would recommend you create your own, I guess, account. And when the students save it, so I've already started my own account here. And I'm just gonna click that there. And then I'm just going to, sign me up. Oops, I've already logged in. So here we go. You can go ahead and save your students' writing to your account, and then you're going to have a ton of all of their stories saved. And then you can always put it up on the active board. You can share those from there. Okay, so that is my storybook. And I was just trying to log back in here, but I don't need to. So this would be the library where you can show all the students' books. So that's mystorybook.com. Again, very simplistic, easy for kids to use. So the next one's called StoryJumper. This one's a little bit more involved, but do not be afraid of it, because this is one that you can actually use with Google Classroom. And I'm logged into StoryJumper. I've already created an account just to save me a little time here. I've made a class. Basically, you just follow these prompts. You can make a class. You can import students from your Google Classroom and so forth. So once we go down here, these are the books that you can create. So students would create a book. Here's my blank book that they can open. And the editor is loading. Okay, so this one, like I said, is a little bit more involved because you can add voice. Once your students are done, they can go through and narrate their own book. And I think that is like really, really cool feature. So this is the first page. If you look down here, you can see the whole spread of the book. So my cover, I can change and add the title. I'm going to be very original here and write down, this is my title. Of course, I should have more things capitalized. And then this is going to be by me. All right. And then there are different props that students can choose from. And maybe this book is going to be about a dog. All right. Or, they've got all different kinds of scenes that you can put as a background as well. So maybe, it's the dog in the woods. So here you go. Okay. So there's a dedication page, so the students could write their own little dedication. There's also a QR code where they could preview the audio version. And then this is where the students go through, just like in the last website, which was my storybook. They can go through and add all of their scenes. If they have photos, which they probably won't have, but at least they've got the characters and the different scenes that they can use. So then from there, they can save and then exit. You can also share this. That will give you a shareable link. So I'm just saving this. What is really cool about this book is, let's say your students write a fantastic story. The parents could always decide that they want this book published, and then they could purchase it themselves. Again, this is not something you have to do, but you can give definitely parents, some links. So if there is, you're doing a big unit and they're writing this fantastic story and the parents would like to have something published, you could definitely do that. But if you just want them to write a book, go ahead and have them try writing a book and use StoryJumper. Like I said, I didn't write a story yet on this one, but they could add their audio and read the book aloud. And how cool would that be? All right. And then the sharing link, they would give you a link, and here you go. You could send this to your parents and they could actually view and listen to their